August 2026. This is an electric cleaning brush from SilverCrest. That's Lidl. Model SRB 4A1. Barcode. This was about £9 in the UK, August 26. It was just a spurious buy, but I think it may be useful, you know. It's got two brush settings, it's got that one, attachments I mean, and it's got two scourer attachments. That's all it does, off and on. It's got a wide brush for, it says walls and floors, etc. It's quite a hard bristle, you know. I was worried in case it might scratch places. It's got a thin, narrow one meant for crevices and things, it says. So it's probably the same harshness or whatever you might call it. And it's got two scouring ones. It's got this is the fine one, blue one's a fine one. And for this, the two scourers you need, it's Velcro on one attachment. So they call it hook and loop. Why do they call it hook and loop? I don't understand. What do they mean? Is it not just stick, Velcro stick? Yeah, that's not sticking. Wrong way. Yeah, sorry me. Sorry folks. So this is a harsher one, scouring pad. It's got a lithium-ion battery and you charge it via USB. So that's good because I don't want any more power chargers anymore, you know, I don't want umpteen power chargers. And it's USB type C. This is 1.5 meters long, which is pretty long, you know. And even just this alone, I think would cost about £3. So even for that, it's quite good. And Lidl's new cables are sort of a new bendy, which I like, you know. I suppose they're just improving them over the years. And this charges at 10 watts, I think, 5 volts times 2 amps. There's where it charges there. So it charges up at 5 volts times 2 amps, which is 10 watts. So in the old days we were all using 5 volts 1 amp, and a lot of people still are. But now these devices are getting better. So that should be half the time really it should take to charge than a 5 watt charger. This was just an impulse buy for me, so but I feel it'll be useful at some point, you know, some point in your life. This is what the box says. It says it's versatile for different use around the house, easily removes stubborn dirt for thorough cleaning of kitchens and bathroom fittings, microwaves, pots, pans, etc. No hard scrubbing, also suitable for use in damp and wet areas. It's got, as I say, 4 attachments. And it's got a lithium-ion battery, and it's 4 volts 2 amp hours. That's 2000 milliamp hours. The battery. It includes USB Type C charging cable, 150 centimeters long. The battery life 60 minutes, so you get 1 hour battery life, so that's pretty good. Protection rating IPX5. Is that splash proof? I think, I don't know. USB adapter not included, and the lithium-ion technology is no memory effect, low self-discharge, consistently high power, efficient and eco-friendly. So consistently high power, it probably stays at the same sort of power almost to the end, so that's good. It doesn't just get less and less strong, you know. And it's got a low self-discharge, so if you've not used it for a while, it should hold its charge for quite a while. Ladies, I think you should buy all the electrical tools in Aldi or Lidl, except the arc welder and the demolition hammer drill, because I don't think you'll need them. But everything else, I think at some point in your life you'll probably use. So that's my view of this, you know. That's why I bought it. There's going to be times when I'll be really grateful I've got this, you know. So there's nothing much else to say really, but I'll try and keep it going. So it charges up at 5 volts, 2 amps, so that's 10 watts. So we're all used to 5 volts, 1 amp, which is 5 watts. So it should be half the time, you know, and I'm grateful that now Lidl and Aldi are writing all this stuff on the things, because the more information, the better, really, you know. There's nothing really else to say about this, I suppose. At that sort of price, you know, I think it's worth it, because there's going to be times where something like this is very useful. And anything that stops you having to manually do stuff, you know. Life's too hard already, so, and it only goes one way, it seems. Anti-clockwise when you're looking at it. Even just to scour your pots and pans. I try not to use pots and pans. This one's much finer. This one's a lot harsher, you know. Even something like that. Because you can use it in wet areas, it says, but I don't know. Not this bit, I would imagine, but these you can get wet, I suppose. Don't quote me on that, by the way. Yeah, I mean, it's really easy. So this is what it looks like, the fitting. I mean, I'm still guessing it here. Let me see. Let me guess. It's like that, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. You've got to have a system. Stalagmite, stalactite. So let me guess again. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, there we go, look. Alright, that's it really. I hope you enjoyed that. And like this one's for nooks and crannies. It's the same sort of bristle. Pretty harsh, but I'm just guessing here, like, there we go. There's a bristle. Yeah, you know. Actually, one more thing, the two scourers, they've only got one attachment, and you take them off by Velcro. So they're Velcroed on. Yeah. So this is a fine one. They call it hook and lip. I'm not really sure why they call it that. Why not just call it Velcro? But anyway, there you go. So we're all right. I can't fit it better there. Just doesn't. There we go. Yeah, that sort of thing, you know. What do you think? That's it. Like I say, I think everybody will use something like this at some point. This is at that price, you know. What, £9, £9.50 in the UK? That might be $11 in the USA. But yeah, it's so cheap that, I mean, really, anything that makes your life easier from manual stuff, I think is worth it, you know. Because I could be using this in 30 years' time if I'm still around. Okay guys, that's it. It's a thumbs up because of the price and the quality. Aldi and Lidl, I always trust the quality, you know, so I just trust them on electrical tools. Yeah, that's it. Bye bye.